Last summer was the final straw. No Patriots need to go to jail for disobeying a Home Office directive. That's not how you beat the system. I know how you beat the system. Law enforcement knows how you beat the system. Now, let me start by saying this so that we are immaculately clear. Reading, June 2020, a Libyan invader terrorised Reading, slashing to death 3 men. Bournemouth, March 2022, 21-year-old Marine Thomas Roberts murdered by an Afghan illegal who was already convicted of murder. West Yorkshire, May 2023, Syrian invader strangled and sexually assaults a girl in Cardiff. Hartlepool, October 2023, Moroccan invader stabbed 70-year-old Terence Carney to death for being an apostate. Newcastle, March 2024, Syrian invaders jailed for 36 years for the rape of a 13-year-old girl. West Midlands, October 2024, Rhiannon White murdered by a Sudanese invader. He stabbed her 23 times with a screwdriver. Nuneaton, July 2025, an Afghan invader raped a 12-year-old girl. York, July 2025, Egyptian invader pleads guilty to raping a girl in an alleyway. Hillingdon, October 2025, Wayne Broadhurst stabbed to death. Stabbed to death by an Afghan invader, charged also with murder, with attempted murder of his landlord and a 14-year-old boy. But wait, Patriots, because that isn't the end of the conversation, is it? Because in Peterborough, October 2025, Anthony Williams, charged with 2 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of attempted wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. But wait, he's British born and bred. I don't care, Patriots. I want these people gone. It is time to begin mass deportations and remigration of those people who do not belong here with us in Britain. In 2019, Patriots, I didn't know what woke meant. I didn't know that Marxists were transing kids in schools. I didn't know our government was complicit in the illegal invasion. In 2019, there was a lot I knew, but there was an awful lot that I didn't know. But because of good men and women standing up and alerting us all to the truth, I woke up very quickly. And by 2020, I knew everything because I'd made it my business to know everything. I chose not to look away. I chose to face the realities that I had been woken up to, thanks to people like Tommy Robinson and Katie Hopkins and brave organisations like Turning Point UK. Once I had seen the horror, I did not switch off. I embraced it and decided to make a stand like so many great men and women before me. And thanks be to God for their bravery and strength. You are all now also waking up. The murderous intent of radical Islam and Islamist migrant terror has landed on your doorstep. Same as with the rest of the country. It now isn't possible to remain asleep once the horror arrives in your own community. It isn't possible. Now imagine what our girls in our northern mill towns went through for decades as the result of Islamist and migrant terrorism ripping so many British girls' lives apart. This is why I fight. This is why we fight to achieve justice for the victims of Islamist and migrant terrorism. And that goes for our brother, God rest his soul, Wayne Broadhurst. Once you are awake to the horror, there is no going back, Patriots. All that's left is to fight back. And should you choose to not fight back, the guilt from being a coward will eat you alive from the inside, eat you out until there is nothing left and you are hollow and left with nothing, because there is nothing worse than knowing that you could have fought and yet chose not to. I am here to tell you, once you are awake, anything other than total, complete and utter devotion to standing up and joining us in the fight is totally unacceptable. We have forgotten who we are, my brothers and sisters. Our enemies think we are nothing more than frightened sheep. But I say our bloodline is the blood of strength and courage, and that if God is with us, who can be against us? However, citizens, if our actions were as strong as our words, perhaps we would not be in this mess. The matter we now face is the gravest, for we are fighting for the soul of this great nation. The cancer destroying our once great nation is leftist ideology, leftist unions, leftist activism, left-wing judges, left-wing lawyers keeping the monsters here in Britain, left-wing campaigning which attracts mainstream media attention, financing and action from the government. Well, I say it is time to declare war on the subversives who want Britain to burn, the communists and the left-wing subversives, the left-wing Nazis whose malintent is slowly but surely crushing Britain from its former glory into a third world communist Islamo-fascist hellhole. And to that extent, patriots, I say we liberate Britain from communism. I say we liberate Britain from Islamism and Islamist terror. I say we take our country back. I say now is the time for patriotic rage and holy fury. I say it is time for political revolution, time for regime change. I say it is time for a new reign. It is time to restore order in Britain. It is time for justice. Patriots, it is time for mass deportations and remigration. And it is time to send the left-wing Nazis home along with the invaders and the Islamists. We are united, patriots. We are united in our mission to protect our women and children. We are united in our mission to secure and defend our borders and to honour our glorious dead. We are united in the fight against the Islamists and the communists and the subversives who want Britain to burn. We are united in the blood of Christ. We are united in his commandments. We are united in our shared identity, which is found in our faith. We are united in our defence, the mission to defend our land, our borders, our Christian lands. The battle is far from over, and I say victory in war shall be ours. Today, patriots, tomorrow and the next day, we say, stood shoulder to shoulder with one voice, united in spirit, send them home! Send them home! Send them home! Send them home! Illegal immigration is cultural suicide. Law enforcement knows it. The government knows it, and our intelligence services know it. But if you want your country back, patriots, it is going to have to be taken back. The solution remains political. I swear to you on everything that's holy, the reason Boris Johnson was able to lock you up during lockdown was because he had power. The reason Starmer was able to lock up political dissidents was because he had power. If you want your country back, you have to have power. In our system, that means you have to have a party and a leader. That is all. The choice is yours.